And speaking about crazy, did you guys see you guys hear about the Jeffrey Dahmer thing on Netflix now? Like everyone's going crazy. My sister was watching it this past weekend, and I was watching it with them. And I saw some crazy stuff go on, and it made me think of a question. I was like, boom, this is a perfect question for the podcast. So my question was, basically, there was a scene in the Jeffrey Dahmer Netflix series, guys, where the police officers just recently busted Jeffrey Dahmer. If you guys don't know, Jeffrey Dahmer is like a serial killer, killed so many people.
Everybody knows.
Chopped their body up. It's pretty crazy stuff. There's a Netflix series about it. And pretty much the police officers are informing the dad that their son did X, Y, and Z, right? That he murdered this many people.
Raped this many boys.
Right. Fucking on boys, all that shit, sucking them dry, then killing them. So the thing I thought about was like family bonding, right? You're very close to your family. You want to protect your family to the end. So the question that I was thinking of was, if I was Jeffrey Dahmer's father, and the police officers were telling me that my son did all this stuff, and Alex, we were talking about this, and we didn't have a chance to speak to our son yet, right? The police officers are telling us that our son did this. Do you defend him to the end because he's your blood, or with provided evidence, do you say, wow, that's some crazy shit, fuck him?
All right, well, in the scene, there was no evidence provided.
Correct.
From what I recall. I don't think there was any evidence.
They were just like... It was words.
They pretty much just said, your son killed like 50 people.
Right.
Primarily certain types of people.
Right.
Right, and my response would be like, okay, and I'm a fucking tooth fairy, and I collect fucking 20s from under your
So right now,
you'd
stick with defending your son up until this point, right?
Until I speak with him, so you're pretty much, you have like, I think the term would be plausible deniability, right? So until you speak with him, you cannot give them the hunch that you know that he's a fucking serial killer.
Right.
We're like, if you know that he's a serial killer and he has killed all these people, then you're, implicit in his crime.
If he's your son and there's some situations and you kind of know he's a little bit weird and the police are telling you this, you kind of know something, right? So continue.
You do. But, do you give that away off the bat before speaking to your son? No. Do you implicate him? No. He's your blood. That's your offspring. You're going to protect it until the end regardless.
I say take his ass.
You're going to take his ass? Don't do that. That's your son. But, yeah, I would protect him. I would probably just plead the fifth until I got to speak with him. That's essentially it. I wouldn't believe anything they say. I guess you do have that hunch initially,
right.
Oh, he's your son. You watched him grow up. The kid used to fucking taxidermy dead animals. So you do have an idea that he's a fucking weirdo.
Yeah, but what if he fucking comes forthright and he's like, yeah, I did that.
All right, so then you have nothing to defend. There's nothing to defend.
Yeah, but
anymore.
that's your son.
That's my homie. My homie's a fucking maniac, bro. I would say he needs to be jailed.
So based on the specifics.
I'd say the same.
On this specific scenario, we're talking about a dude that
just because he's my son doesn't mean he's
collecting your toes, boy.
Yeah, just because he would be my son doesn't mean he deserves to be free.
Give me them toes.
He's clearly sick.
Yeah, I'm locking his ass
and
up.
he needs to be somewhere where he's not going to hurt people. That's really it.
Yeah, I'm the next victim.
So my answer to this would be if the police are bringing me into an interrogation room, right, and they're saying to me, your son did X, Y, and Z.
Got it.
I'm not necessarily going to continue to implicate him worse. I'm going to let the police officers do their job, and if they find something that is deemed to be jailed for, then there's nothing I can do. I'm not going to go out of my way to self-incriminate him even further. He's your son. If he was my son, I love him. But if I found that he did this wild stuff, my only thing would be I'd keep my mouth closed. I'd let the due process happen. I guess. Keep your mouth closed. If you don't, who knows? He might slip something in there, but and then kill you afterwards. But yeah.
But the question is, do you still love him knowing that he's murdered and raped?
Yes.
50 men.
Yes.
You still love him?
You still love him?
Yeah, 100%. Because I would understand that there is something wrong with him, right? There's either a chemical or hormonal or a structural thing that's making him not normal. And I would feel bad for him not being normal.
There's another.
But it's no excuse. It's no excuse. You're going to jail, but I still love you. I'm still going to think about you. I'm still going to think that I raised you for all this time. Yeah, you're a sick weirdo who likes sucking on and getting killed. But, I'm going to let you go to jail. I'm not going to do anything too crazy.
Here's a curveball, to get your brain juices flowing.